Dateline. 21st century. Scientists are working hard to bring the stars within the skies into our grasps.
Stargates are indeed a shortcut through space and time. These Stargate portals were considered sacred passageways to the gods.
It's kind of like a distribution channel, coming from trillions of miles away through these stargates and right back to and from our planet Earth.
The use of stargates can be found in ancient writings and pictures throughout recorded history.
Ancient texts do show a connection between our Earth realm and the heavens through these sacred passageways. Perhaps now, these aliens are taking these hot toys and transporting them through these stargates back to their home worlds.
Can the mysteries of humanity's origins be discovered through traveling along these stargates? We are not alone in the universe, and many of us were here thousands of years ago and with the same hot toys that are going on WAITLIST right now. There is a doorway that leads to the notion that life here began out there, far across the universe. Join Aries as he embarks on a quest to uncover ancient action figures, not only on planet Earth, but in other realities and other Earths across the universe. Wow, we have a lot that we're going to talk about within this episode for sure. Look, we're getting another Artisan, Heath Ledger Joker, this Batman Imposter type of version here, and we're going to talk about that within this episode for sure. But you have to ask yourself, just like we've got the Joker that's coming out and already an alternate version of that same Joker, is it possible that we are also going to get the dark side Anakin version of this Artisan Anakin? As in a matter of fact, has the Dark Jedi learned from some ancient action figure theorist, otherworldly beings that this is coming very fast? You're going to want to stay tuned for that for sure. Also, I mean, just look at this. Just look at how great. And this picture here, straight from MRC Collection Ventures, a live picture of this Artisan prototype. If it looks anything like this, we are in for some tremendous market impact. Stay tuned for that. Also, look, Ancient Action Figure Theorists suggest that these hologram figures were here 25,000 years ago. Are they all going to be coming back, including the Force Ghost Obi-Wan? We're going to be diving into that. And look, another trooper. And it's exclusive. Is everything going to be exclusive with limited runs? Goodness gracious. And what about the impact to these figures like the Artisan Loki? What are they doing to figures that are in stock? And other figures like this regular Loki, $110? What does this all mean? Listen, baby, I have got some deluxe spotchka right here, my friends. Let's crack it open. And wait, it's frozen. It's frozen. What? A little drop. How do I get in here? How do I suck any of this down? Is this a sign? Let's go ahead and dive into all of this. Or crack into it right now. Alright, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Aries Tarrington Show, right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Can you believe what is going on with Hot Toys right now? Again, what have I been saying for forever and a day, it seems like? More and more announcements, but less production of those announcements, with exclusives, 2.0s, and every type of variation under the moon, under the sun, and from every and any dimension in the universe, or any universe. Oh, my goodness gracious, it is absolutely crazy. But getting right into this, you do have to ask yourself, what's going to happen with the figures that are not as impressive as the newer figures that are getting announced? Look, we already know what happened when Inark came out with their Heath Ledger Joker, and what it did to the DX11 and the prior versions of the Joker for Hot Toys. It sank it. Okay? And now we're coming out with the premium version. The best ever version. The ultimate version. The otherworldly version. The Ancient Action Figure version of Loki, the Artisan. And is that directly impacting this figure right here or any prior Loki figure? And I say yes, it is. $110. $110. Can this endgame Loki compete with the Artisan Loki? And I say no, not for the majority of the collectors. It's, look, $110 from an outstanding seller at 47 feedback, and wait for it, all 100% positive right from July 14. Are you kidding me? Not including the $19.95 in shipping. Look, the market has a few very, very interesting things going on right now. Number one, and first and foremost, and make absolutely no mistake about it, no matter what anybody tells you, this is a volatile global economy. We have seen inflation in recent years, not just in the United States, but in Russia, Europe, so on and so forth, hitting the highest that it has in decades. And while some of it has rebounded in certain areas of the globe, we're still trying to play catch up, quite frankly. And there's just not as much expendable income for any type of collectibles or any type of excessive expendable income. Furthermore, when you tack on what we were doing in COVID, how many of us were, inside a lot and not outside a whole lot, we spend a lot of money on being able to do extracurricular things, fun things within the confines of our own home or where we dwell. And you're seeing a difference in that as well. And look, in addition now, and secondly, but it impacts it, the, addition of these artisan type of figures. These artisans that are coming out are just absolutely sensational. And you can see right here, pulling this up on the screen, this is the Loki on retail. Happens to be in stock at this particular seller for $265. And I just showed you what it's selling for in the secondary market. And if I pull up this Loki artisan figure, it's just next level, ladies and gentlemen. It absolutely is next level. And not for every collector, but for a lot of collectors. When you get a figure like I'm showing you up here on the screen, that is next level like this, that is, what are they even calling this? The God-like version? This is the God version of Loki. My goodness, I mean, that's just godlike. So this is superior. And for some collectors, they're very, very particular, and it's very hard to take for a lot of collectors, not all of them, but for a lot, that there's other figures out there that are superior than what they have in their Detolfs and their Costa cases, shout out to Costa, their Maju cases, their any cases. And this makes the case that these figures are going to be absolutely shot up in value, while these other figures, like the one I just showed you that was up on the screen, are going to suffer in the interim because of this, and again, pulling this back up, $110.50. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington show. Cheers to you, baby. Let's have some Cantina ice here. Delicious. Have some more. It's crazy when you think about it. And that's part of it too. Is some people, some collectors, quite frankly, they're going to be looking to save money and save their money as well. A third factor here. To get some of these new figures, like that aforementioned, that was flashing up on the screen, Artisan Loki. It's just, and these are higher price points. And let's see, how much does this one actually go for? I'm going to try and pull that up over here. $445 for a Loki figure, limited to 2,500 pieces. Blowing that up here for you to take a gaze at. We have gotten more exclusives the last year, and this year I think is going to blow away last year than we ever have gotten before, than we've ever received before in the history of Hot Toys. And again, not to toot my own horn here, but what have I been saying is probably going to happen? That they're most likely going to be coming out with more announcements that we've ever seen. But with these announcements, it was going to be far less production of each one of them because everybody can't buy all of these. Okay? And a lot of times it's going to be some of the same buyers that are buying multiple figures. Pay very close attention to that. It's a mature market right now, again, because of all these factors that I'm bringing in. It just is. Okay? It's the same people that are buying a lot of these. If there were droves and droves coming in, they would be buying up all of those endgame figures that you're seeing, or a lot of the figures that are in stock. And it's not just the endgame figures. You got a wonderful Dark Suit Superman and Nightmare Batman that was up on Sideshow, for instance, and still available at some comic shops. And it's in stock. And you know what's going on is, it's a volatile global economy. People are trying to save up for these artisan, type of versions as well. Plus, besides artisans, there's a whole lot of heat that is coming up with all these rolling eye functions and all these advanced head sculpts that, you could thank some of these other companies like J&D and InArt and all of them, and Hot Toys stepped up their game, and now all of a sudden, figures that were the best ever, like that Yondu figure from Guardians of the Galaxy, like that Peter Cushing Grand Moff Tarkin figure from way back from Hot Toys, and even the Alec Guinness figure staying with Star Wars for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Those figures were considered some of the cream of the crop when it came to 6-scale figures. Well, now with some of these that are coming out, some of those are actually, and they're somewhat outdated to what is coming out now. It is superior. The technology is better on a lot of these figures. Instead of battery operated for the most part, you're getting USB powered, which is a lot more convenient, even though it'd be great if we could actually get some USB cords that can be packed with these. But between you and me, quite honestly, that don't really bother me. I can go to Best Buy or buy something off Amazon and get them brought in. But it is way more convenient than trying to fiddle with those batteries, or even taking the chance that those batteries can, rot, in years to come. You forget about it in some of these figures, and even with some of the regular, AAA or AA batteries that you would put, in some of these bases. It's definitely, dangerous for keeping those in for years and years rather than putting in a USB. So that's great for that as well. But these artisan figures are doing a number. And look, look at this artisan right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting. They're already announcing that the Joker is about the first Heath Ledger artisan Joker. Noticing I'm saying the first Heath Ledger artisan Joker is going to be dropped. I mean, it's not be dropped. It's going to be released probably before the end of this month. And right on the heels of that, they're putting this up. Right on the back heels of it, they're putting up another Joker. Are they confident in how this Joker, the production that they're going to be putting out with it? Oh, you bet you are. There's not a chance they're going to mess this up. It's going to be, in my view, probably the best Joker we've ever seen. It has to be. It has to be. That's the competition. They're not going to go into the ring with InArt and come and have a knockout. They're going to compete very, very, very well. And that's what's going to happen when you have multiple companies that are, doing some of the same figures and doing the same thing. It's kind of like car companies. Chevy comes out with something, Ford comes out with something comparable and better. Chevy goes ahead and overtakes them, and then in a couple of years, the Ford comes back and overtakes them, and then so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden, someone else comes around, like Subaru, and overtakes both of them. And then you got this one coming in and that one coming in, and that's exactly what you're seeing. And that could be a benefit. It could also be a lot of the same figure, so it could be a detriment. It could also be the prices keep increasing. That could also be an issue for collectors. And it comes to a point where how good can these go besides becoming actually lifelike where they breathe. I don't know how many of us would want Sin Pal Cindy. And some of you that know what I'm talking about, some of you sci-fi freaks out there. Total Recall. Anyway, look, they're already coming out with another Joker. Another Joker is out. They're putting it out because they're extremely confident. And looking at these prototype pictures here, oh my goodness. I mean, this looks next level, ladies and gentlemen. This looks next level. I do have the Joker on pre-order with Sideshow, the original Artisan. I am waiting any day now for them to charge me for that. I can't wait to get it. And I am certainly going to go ahead and try and enter the queue system for this and get this version as well. They're just too good. As a matter of fact, there's not an Artisan that Hot Toys has announced yet that I do not plan on getting. I plan on getting every single one of them because these are the new, this is the new cream of the crop. This is the top, in my view, that you can get out there. Now, there's going to be some collectors that don't want wool-rooted hair, or, they'll call it whatever they call it, blah, 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 and they're going to offer the sculpted versions. And that's fine. They're going to be cheaper. And there's going to be collectors up there that don't even want the regular deluxe and regular figures that they come out with, which is why they have the Hondo line, and that's cheaper. The only thing that's going on with that is you're getting exclusives in the Hondo line too. So even if you're looking to spend less money, if you're going to want every single piece that they come out with, or some of the rare ones, you're going to be paying $500, $600, $700 for those at the end of the day, as well. But continuing to look at this is absolutely unbelievable. I'm not surprised they're doing this. Look. They're going to use the same head sculpts, and they're going to give you different variations. If you were wondering in the past, well, with this R&D Aries, how are they doing it? I mean, they made, it makes more sense to produce more with this R&D work. Well, you're right, but what have I been saying? More and more announcements, less production of those announcements, with a lot of 2.0s and a lot of variations in between, to capitalize on the R&D. And that is exactly, ladies and gentlemen, what has been happening. You should give the Dark Jedi a shout out. You should give Reverend Possible a shout out.
Many ancient texts show blessings to those who hit the like button and subscribe to Six Scale Cantina.
This is exactly what they're doing. And yes, I'm going to get this. This looks way too sick. Way too sick. Way too awesome. And it bugged me if I didn't have this in my collection. That's just for me. Will they have a sculpted version? I hope so. For those that want that. But look, it's another Artisan. And so, with this other Artisan, does that mean this Artisan right here? Does this mean that Dark Side Anakin is coming maybe next week, maybe in less than a month? Pause. Cheers to you. You're watching the Aries Charrington Show. Did you hit the like button? Did you subscribe to the channel? This is the first time you're watching. If not, please do so. Cheers. This is too easy. This is too easy for Hot Toys not to give you a version that is going to have Sith eyes. And honestly, I think this is part of the reason with this figure you didn't get a sculpted version. And I don't know with this dark side version that they're absolutely going to. And yes, I do have some, let's just say, feelings from otherworldly vibes I am an ancient action figure theorist, and I do stay in tune with, what's going on in the universe and alternate realities throughout our realms. You do know that I speak with Reverend Possible. I consult regularly with Captain Crunch and also Dr. Wonder. We're still looking for TK FOMO. Hopefully we find him. I think one of these otherworldly beings is, maybe he's been helping one of them. Maybe he's in a different reality right now. And certainly the Hot Toys Wizard. We haven't heard from the Hot Toys Wizard in a very, very long time. But, I do think the Hot Toys Wizard is working directly with the 13th Skull and these otherworldly beings to ensure that all of our artisan McDreams come true, baby. Anyway, look. This Dark Side Anakin is coming. And it's going to be very interesting to see if it's going to be more than what was this limited to? 3,000 pieces? Or less than 3,000 pieces? My goodness, Howard. Make this 8,000 pieces? Wouldn't that be great? If they did Dark Side Anakin with this, and it was, let's say they did 10,000 pieces, limited to 10,000, do I think it would actually sell out within an hour and a half? I say yes, and I think most everybody would have it. I think it would calm the market down initially on this on it, where it wouldn't be the astronomical price that this is going for, which we're going to get right into, because this is sold out, and this is going for minimal. I see to some retailers right now. There's one real prominent one overseas, $1,018, and $935 at another retailer, and another one. There are 1,000 just about everywhere I look, and on eBay, they're over 1,000, and I'm seeing a special type of buzz on this figure. Remember, Anakin is one of the most sought out after figures that there is. You saw how much the regular Anakin from Revenge of the Sith and how much the Dark Side Anakin was going for before this was announced. Now, those are two very, very highly sought out after figures. But I'm telling you right now, they're already being affected just by this. But this is, again, a superior version to those other figures. I mean, to me, this prototype right here looks just like a real human being. And look, you can see again, and shout out to Reagan from MRC Collection Ventures. Used that in the part of the beginning of this episode. I mean, this is his picture right here. Not even the photo from Hot Toys right here, which obviously is going to be about as perfect as they can try to get it to be as a prototype. This is absolutely unbelievable how good that this looks. And I'm telling you right now, this particular figure is going to go for anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 once this figure gets officially released. It absolutely is. It is going to be one of the most highest sought out after figures of all time. And it's limited. And it's got rolling eyes, and it's wool-rooted, and besides the fact that it don't breathe, I don't know how much better you can get than this right here in the future. I really just, I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest with you. But when you look, and you look at what this thing is going for right now, and just, pulling up eBay onto the screen, and this is one of the first things that comes out. Let's go ahead and look at whatever this listing is that I pulled up on the screen. Oh, look, this is an old Crosshair from this is way back in June when it was just going for $702. Now it's going for $1,000. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull up Artisan Anakin. And let's do that here while I'm recording this. And let's just see, I'm not even editing this. You know, what we're looking at here. Oh, wow, look at this one. $799 is actually the best I've seen. $999, $975, $1,050, $948.18 Canadian, $999.95. This is going to be insane. I'll have to check this one out here at $800. Wow. Orange Bandana 12, outstanding seller, 154 feedback. Oh, 100% positive. $799.99. Honestly, that's the most reasonable I've seen. The order is confirmed. Wow. I mean, someone on my Facebook page today said that their Anakin waitlist converted. And I'm so happy for that individual who posted that on there. I wish mine would convert. and who knows? Who knows if it actually will? But this figure is going to be insanity in the secondary market. But, you know, going back to this, there is not a chance that Hot Toys is not going to... Matter of fact, like I said, from my otherworldly vibes, let's put it to you that way, I think that this is already in the pipeline, being worked on, if not done, and prototypes already made, and you're going to be seeing this get unveiled very, very soon. They can use this head sculpt again, sell another 3,000 of these. As a matter of fact, they're probably getting the sculpted version together, and will offer a sculpted version for those collectors that are trying to get the dark side Anakin that's sculpted right now, don't want this Artisan version, and can get a new sculpted version with rolling eyes function and who knows what else. Now, will they offer this version sculpted? I can actually see it. I can actually see that they would offer this version sculpted. Possibly. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. Could they have three versions? The Artisan Dark Side Anakin, a sculpted Dark Side Anakin, and for whatever reason, this version sculpted. They could. You could have three versions up. There's definitely a reason why they didn't offer this sculpted at first. To be quite frank with you, I think that they had a pretty good hair sculpt on the original one, and I think that maybe they needed a little bit more time to work on that, but they had the Artisan piece done, and you would think the Artisan, this wool-rooted hair, would take a lot longer than sculpted, but we do know that they've come out with some pretty suspect and questionable, hair sculpts before. So maybe, they needed to make sure it was pretty good and needed a little bit more time to make it look as lifelike as possible. And that would be a great version for some collectors. But you heard it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Dark Side Anakin coming is imminent from Hot Toys. Be prepared. Be prepared for that. For sure. Pause. You're watching the Aries Tarrington Show. Cheers to you, baby. So, and then, besides that, we've already got this God Loki. And they're very, very particular to call it God Loki. But you have to wonder, is there and are there other multiple versions of Loki that they can put out as Artisan? Come on. They've already just did it with this freaking Joker. And of course, they're going to go ahead and do that with this Loki. So, look, if you miss out on this Loki, are you going to say, I'm never going to get another Artisan Loki? No. And listen, what I love most about this, and it does make me laugh, because I just remember other channels in the past, and I would argue with them, and I respect the opinion, but, oh, Aries, you're crazy, they're going to have to wait 3-4 years for, they just come out with this Joker or this figure, they're not going to come out with another figure, maybe in 2 or 3 years. Come on, you could throw all that stuff out the window. We already got this. We didn't even get the other Joker yet. We didn't even get the other Joker yet. Shoot, this Joker, the sculpted hair version, the original one, is still up for pre-order. And this queue is going to go, what, tomorrow? Today? When you watch this video? Sometime? Next week? I don't know. I'm on the RSVP for it, so I guess I'll find out like the rest of you that are on it. But gosh. Yeah. I'd be shocked if you don't get another Loki this year. In 2024. So, you do have to ask yourself, are you going to get another Loki this year? And you have to also ask yourself, are you going to get another... Let's pull up all these artisans. Let's just put up the word artisan. One of my favorite words now, artisan. I dream of artisan. And you got to love this channel, right? I'm having so much fun with this. It's not even... well, that didn't work. Let me put in artisan hot neck toys. And that should solve that problem. Thank God I got Captain Crunch to keep me all together here. Yeah, look at these artisans. Wow, isn't it beautiful? We're getting a lot of artisans. Look at all this. Look at all these artisans. Pretty soon, the whole darn site will be just artisan hot toys. You got Loki. We're gonna get another one of them this year. I say yes. Luke, come on. Don't even look. It's on the banner. Okay, let's go to the artisan Luke. This is a Dark Empire Luke, which I can't wait to get this Dark Empire Luke. But what's a more popular Luke for the general public? And let's see if I can find the banner for this show. It's right there. Let's go this way. Try to follow my finger, and I guess I can go that way. Yay, look how easy that was. Follow my finger. Oh, look, there's a Luke and Grogu. I've had them on a couple of banners recently. Why? Is it possible that I'm getting some otherworldly vibes through my constellations that I drink? Or some of this spatchka here, that not the Batman imposter Luke, but the deepfake Luke from Mandalorian with a Grogu artisan is coming? And I say yes. Get ready for another Luke this year. Get ready for another Luke. It's going to be coming very, very fast. And another Luke right here. And look, if you think that this is the first and last Luke, oh my goodness. Again, we've just gotten the second Joker in the same darn thing. Just with this imposter version. And I just love that they're doing it, because I kind of knew that they were going to do that. And let's look at Scarlet Witch. This is the end game Scarlet Witch. You got WandaVision, you got Multiverse of Madness, you got how much with Elizabeth Olsen that you can do. So you have to wonder if we're going to get another Elizabeth Olsen artisan. And I say yes. Yeah, they've already got it. Don't worry. Aries, how did they do this with just 2,500 pieces? Well, first of all, they're charging more money for it, A. B, you got the sculpted version. But C, because they're going to give you another version of her with the same head sculpt, just like they did. They're doing with this. So really, the whole purpose of the show is to show you that this is the breadcrumb you need to follow, and the sign you need to take heed of, that all of this is going to be, multiversed, multiplied, including Jack Sparrow. How many movies was he in? Come on. So easy. So can we get another version of that? Yes. The Joker, I already answered the question. Anakin, not even. Look, that's what we're talking about here. 3,000 pieces. Not even a sculpted version. How do they make even more money off this? Again, they're charging $415, but because they always planned on coming out with the same thing with red eyes, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So in a way, it's almost like they're giving you the second batch. Listen very carefully to this here. You're only going to hear this on this channel. How many times have we talked about, they used to do second batches and third batches? They would produce these. Well, here's your first batch, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to produce your first batch of this figure. And then they're going to go back and produce your second batch with some red coloring in his eyes. That's the only adjustment they're going to make. And we're all going to go insane and nuts, with this. So your second batch is coming. And then you have to ask yourself, is it possible we're going to have a McThird batch? What could that be? Well, that could be the dark side Anakin from not the Revenge of the Sith, but the one that we saw in the Ahsoka series and as also seen in the Obi-Wan series. And you can have a third one. And then you also could have a McFourth batch, because you're going to have the freaking 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. So you could have a dark side Anakin that comes with a Padme's teardrop or something from, coming out of the freaking ship. Who knows? Or they could have him in his Batman disguise, which would be absolutely unbelievable, wouldn't it? But yeah, this is a fun show. I'm really enjoying recording this almost as much as Captain Crunch is doing right now, crunching the numbers for all of these artisan figures. So going to this, because Tatooine is sparsely populated. What is my impression of this? Look, my impression is it's limited to 1,500 pieces. So it has unlimited power because it's limited to 1,500 pieces. This is a new ancient line from way back tens of thousands of years ago. They know it's going to work. People are going to eat it up. You can get holograms from every Star Wars character out the wazoo. You could also get Force ghosts of Qui-Gon Jinn, Force ghosts of, from the latest movie, Force ghosts of, you could have another, you could have the hologram Darth Maul from the frickin' Solo movie as well. You could have Force Ghost Yoda, you could have Force Ghost Anakin from Return of the Jedi. Wouldn't that be super cool from the original Return of the Jedi from the original trilogy? You can have you can do so many of these. This could be a new line. It's like the Hano line. You call this the hologram line. This really should be an ancient action figure line. This should really be Captain Crunch's line. I love it. Am I going to get it? Yeah. I may just get it just so right every time I record a show, I have it right next to me. So we're always reminded that this is here. and this is coming. I think I'm going to get this. Unless one of you want to buy it for me, then that's fine. But I think if not, I'll still buy it. I think I will, just for that. Just so we're always remembered. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this. Clone Commander Scorch. Again, Clone Commander Scorch, you might as well toss him up from the Bad Batch to this guy right here. Because, look, this is money. And this is like the secondary market. This ARC Trooper, this Umbra Operative, this is just back from July 14th, ladies and gentlemen. $550 with 45 freaking bids. From an outstanding seller with 606 feedback and 100% positive, not including the $20.91 in shipping, which puts it at $570.91, over $600 for a Stormtrooper. This isn't even a Hoth Stormtrooper. Snowtrooper. Are you kidding me? So when you look at this, well, no, not that, but that other figure that I just had up on the screen, my goodness. Clone Commander Scorch is going to be scorching. Yeah, I said it. In the secondary Mick freaking market. Pause. Have some spotchka with me, babies. Exclusive city. Hey, Howard, do you think you could put out a Captain Crunch and a TK FOMO? I have a funny feeling people would buy these Mick figures all day long. But yeah, and I mean, look, this Umbra Operative was, limited to 1,500 pieces. It joined the wait list. It started off at $265, but $550 is absolutely crazy. And look, that's what we're in store for. And when you're talking about all of these artisans, the first ever artisan, the trial run, if you will, was that Warner Brothers 100 Wonder Woman, which I have. Okay? That was the trial of that. And I've been showing you auctions of this all the time. And look, this is Tim Cent. And if Tim Cent is out of stock, it's because it's limited to 1,500 pieces, and these have already been exhausted, sold. Whoever has them, has them. Whoever doesn't want it, doesn't want it. And the last one he sold was $1,280 for a freaking figure. It has wool-rooted hair. Of course, they went with the Warner Brothers 100 that they needed to honor with that, so they didn't call it Artisan. This was the prototype. I'm sure that these boxes, I have this box. I see how it came in. It had the insert. Looks like a DX. Comes like that. And I believe that this is what this goes for. And again, when you look at this stuff, even if you want to look at an auction, just a straight up auction for this figure and people fighting over it, you can see this right back from July 1st, $850 from an outstanding seller with 584 feedback and all 100% positive. Look, 30 bids, $850, not including 23 in shipping, $873, not including taxes, over $900 for this figure. Are you kidding me? Is it possible that that's what's going to happen with these other artisan figures? And I say, abso-freaking-lutely. That's what's going to happen. Why? Because they're special. Why else? Because they're exclusive. Why else? Because they're limited. Limited with numbers and power. Look. Look. It's crazy. But don't worry, if you missed out on this Joker, you have an opportunity to get the Batman disguise. Right here. Which, like I said, this does look... My goodness. Look, this is what I got for you today. Get ready for the Anakin. Get ready for a Luke. I do have... I've already told you that the Wolverine Artisan is coming. Please get ready for that. I already told you a Grievous is coming. I already told you Christopher Reeve's Superman is coming. I told you that another Henry Cavill Superman is coming to answer in art. I'll be putting out a show on all those figures that I have some otherworldly knowledge on. But I'm telling you right now, enjoy this and use this to also enjoy the absolute knowledge that this one here is coming in dark side form. Listen, baby, if you like what you have watched here today, please consider becoming a Cantina Insider. So if you join the channel, it supports me. You see all the effort I put into this stuff and all the stuff I put into my intros. I do appreciate it. We got a couple of recent shows up there that you can, a few shows that you can see if you join the channel. And then this one is coming up here where I'm going to be discussing are some of these older figures, like this old DX06 now that the Artisan's coming out. This Christopher Reeve original Superman, now that we're getting another Christopher Reeve Superman really, really soon. It's going to be announced from Hot Toys. And also the new Han Solo coming out, and we're probably going to be getting an Artisan Han Solo from A New Hope. Are these all worthless? Are old Hot Toys losing their value and going to lose their value? And what should we do, whether they do or they're not? You're not going to want to miss this Insiders exclusive. All you got to do is click on the little join button, see everything that it comes with, and I really, really, really appreciate your support if you want to do it. Fun times. I don't always drink spotchka, but when I do, baby, I do it right here at the 6 scale cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.